Welcome to another edition of The Local Show here on GrassRoots Community Network, YouTube, Facebook. Thank you guys for joining us here, especially our live audience. We're now going live on Facebook and on TV. I want to welcome back one of my neighbors, local singer-songwriter Dan Sheridan. Welcome back to the show, Dan.
It feels so good to be back.
Isn't it? Does it feel like home? You've got your couch, your dog.
Well, you know what?
Surrogate dog.
Being honest, and just in my life, I used to kind of get nervous about performing or being on the radio or TV, but I'm not nervous at all.
Yeah.
Just talking to my friend in the neighborhood.
We're just hanging out like neighbors.
Exactly.
And I like to, I guess hope that people feel comfortable on the set. I mean, it's kind of like a living room.
Right.
It is pretty homey.
Right.
Hopefully not homely.
Right.
But, and we make it relaxed. And we got the dog and, chill atmosphere. And I get, now 18 years in, over 400 shows.
Oh my God.
More just excited.
400 shows.
Yeah, I know that's crazy to do the math over 18 years and
right.
over 30 shows a year, but it starts to add up pretty quickly.
Wow.
And it's thanks to, being sincere, great guests, great underwriters that support our show. But the guests, the inspirational locals is what it's all about. And that's what's kept us going.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you. And
aren't we lucky?
We are.
I'm past
so blessed.
30 years.
30 years as a resident. I'm coming up on 40 years in September.
What?
I know, is that crazy?
God.
On my birthday. So I got some big stuff, Dan.
Yeah.
60th birthday, 40th Aspen anniversary on September 18th. Down to the day.
Nice.
So anyway, we'll talk
what are you
afterwards.
Gonna do?
Well, part of it is going to Summerfest in Milwaukee.
There you go.
Which is pushed from June to September for the first time ever.
Right. Good.
And it's going to land on my birthday. Dave Matthews Band, Shoreline of Lake Michigan. And people don't know, you're familiar with Summerfest, right?
I'm not. No.
You're not?
Nope.
Dude, it was like the original music festival in the United States.
I've heard of it.
Back in the 70s. It's
right.
2 weeks long.
Right.
Music goes all day long on 5 or 6 stages.
That's right.
There's a main stage you can get a ticket for, and then there's a general admission that allows you to see all these other stages.
Mm-hmm.
Comedy, blues, Miller Jazz, rock stage. It is amazing. Over 200,000 people a day go to Summerfest in Milwaukee. God. So it's right on the shore, lakefront.
Right.
And it's going to be running in late September. It is the best thing Milwaukee's got going on. I grew up there.
Right.
So I highly recommend it. It is so much fun.
Remember Toast, the bartender?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
He told me about that. Now that you are bringing that back up. Hi, Toast.
And, of course, he's back there.
Long. Yep.
So I'm sure he'll be at the fest. We used to call it in high school. That was like our favorite thing in high school and even going into college. And spending the first part. Thank you.
I can't believe you'll be 60.
I know. It doesn't make sense in my mind, but I still just look at Klaus at 101 go, whatever.
Yeah, he's having fun.
I mean, it's like I'm almost half his age.
Right.
It's crazy.
I'm half his. That's weird.
That is wild to think about. So anyway, welcome back to the show.
Thank you very much.
We're into summer now. We're about to approach the 4th of July, and I guess just off the top of your head, just general thoughts about summertime in Aspen and maybe some things you're excited about and happy about.
That is a big softball, Erik.
I know.
I'm happy about.
Don't worry, I'll get
stuff.
some more provocative, thoughtful questions.
I'm happy. I really am happy. I'm a happy camper because I was just thinking about that. Why be so hard on yourself? I think you are when you're younger. You have these goals and these things that are. Now I just enjoy myself. Enjoy talking to you and playing with my dog. I was doing that just a little while ago. Speaking of which, I still have Chloe, the 14-year-old basset hound.
Oh, my gosh.
And you don't see me walking her anymore because we don't walk. We just sort of go to a place and stand. And she just kind of sniffs there. So it requires patience.
Well, getting that way. Luna's almost 14.
Yeah. Oh, my God, she looks great.
So she can't do the big hikes with Sammy and I. Sammy's a charger at 7, my yellow lab, who's got, incredible energy.
Right.
Other end of the spectrum. So, I give them their separate time, and that's might be as close as I get to fatherhood.
Yeah.
I can appreciate that, though.
Right.
And, just what about summertime, though? I mean, is it kind of the green and the beauty or the different adventures you get to do in the summer? Or, what are your, summer highlights?
Summer highlights, this is just really not exciting for anyone, but I feel so much better the more time I can spend outdoors. Indoor time, it's like, oh, my God. It just, at least for
torturous.
Me. And then if the TV's on, turn that thing off because it'll break your soul.
Right. Unless it's the local show.
Oh, of
damn
course.
Sheridan,
I'm going to watch it when we get home.
Yeah.
And then when
it's
I
soul
watch
expanding.
I'll watch it and be like, why did I say that? I'm such an idiot.
So here's the thing. It goes back to timing is everything in life.
Yes.
After your day,
Yes.
you turn on the show, say it's 6 or 10 o'clock tonight.
Right.
You're in recovery chill mode.
I'm recovery
Perfect time
chill
to
mode.
watch TV.
Right.
But yeah, not during the day.
Right.
And there's so many things going on.
Right, I agree.
And
hey, I want to backtrack to Chloe. I had this funny thing happen because she's a basset hound, and if the gate's open, she'll walk away. When she was young, she would just take off and go climb up Smuggler and come back whenever.
Just take a
But
flyer.
she still gets away, and last night she got away.
Oh, no.
So I walked out on the street, and I call her, and she sees me, and it's really sad because she's so happy to see me, and I have to take her home. It really broke my heart. She runs up to me, and I'm like, okay, Chloe, let's go back home.
Aw.
Let's get a cookie. But you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Well, you
Yeah.
also have kids.
I have two
Tell
kids.
us about your kids. How old are they?
Hi, Jack. Hi, Katie. They're 18 and 16. Jack is going to
Wow.
college in Gunnison at Western State.
Amazing.
Isn't that great?
How did they get that old? Like, that just like went,
Like everything else, one day at a time.
yeah, yeah.
And Katie's 16. She'll be a junior, and it's a
Wow.
beautiful time. I kind of give them a longer leash now, and you
Yeah.
know they know the rules, and you can't just be hovering over them all the time. And so far, so good.
So does it get, like, I guess, easier in a sense that you can allow them more
You
freedom?
know, in
They're a
most
little
ways it
older?
gets easier.
Yeah.
But in some ways it gets a little scarier
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because even like today, Katie's driving back from Denver, and it's on my mind. That's
Yeah.
the thing about parenthood.
Yeah, yeah.
It's always on your mind. You know,
Right.
it's not like, oh, okay, let's just think about deep thoughts or whatever. You can, but you have to remember.
Until maybe they get to 30 or 40, then you might calm down a little bit.
Well-
there's always that parent thing going on.
Yeah.
And the more freedom they have, the more things that can happen. Like,
I'm kind
especially
of
when
a-
they're driving and
Right,
traveling.
driving and the partying and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Not that that's happening, but I, you know, I could be a worrier, I think. And then I was even thinking, coming over here with my worrying,
Yeah.
that no amount of worry ever changed the result of anything.
Right.
And I say that to myself, like,
Right.
it's not going to help. So be aware,
Yeah.
do what you can,
Right, exactly.
don't be obsessive. So
Control the things you can or affect the things you can, but then we got to recognize these things that are out of
Exactly.
our control. I think
Right.
that's part of the definition of wisdom. That
Right.
You know, so don't worry about someone. And I have to go inside myself too, and like, don't try to affect everything or worry about everything
Right.
or let it all get to you. And I think there is a beauty of just kind of relaxing and trying to enjoy
Right.
life day to
Right.
day.
Of
Life
course.
is meant to be enjoyed. It's
Right.
not meant to be a suffer fest.
No,
I don't
exactly.
buy into that kind of that
I don't either.
philosophy. Because if you do have that philosophy, you're going
Right.
to generate it,
Right.
right?
And I like to think if you are suffering or having angst or whatever it might be,
Yeah.
what are you doing that's sort of putting you in that place?
Right, right.
And it's
there's-
your business, you know?
There's going to be certain things like we lose a loved one, or we lose a dog or a family member, and it is going to be hard, and it's going to
Right.
be tough, and there's always those challenging, suffering parts of life.
Right.
But overall, if we can focus more on the good things, and I know we're going to have a busy summer in Aspen. It's already started. I'm already trying to kind of shift into
Right.
and we'll talk some in the main body of the show about how to, I guess, avoidance techniques
Right.
in one sense,
Right.
but also focusing on all those good things in a very short summer that we have
Right.
to enjoy them.
Right. Avoidance, I like that.
Yes, and we'll talk about some of those exact techniques.
Right.
Because I'm really into hiking and biking, for
Yes.
one.
Me too. Me too.
So we're going to take a quick break, Dan.
Okay.
We're going to get set for some music,
Okay.
too.
Absolutely.
Hear a couple songs today.
Love that.
I do want to thank my underwriters who are awesome partners. They're incredible, all friends, and local businesses and organizations, including Haiti Children, Independence Pass Foundation, Klug Properties, White River Overland, Paradise Bakery, Sundog Athletics, Picken County Landfill. We'll take a quick break, except for our live audience. We'll be right back. And I do want to thank our summer underwriters. So, guys, don't go away. We'll be right back. Okay, so Dan, we are going to get set here.
I'm all set.
For our first song, I think.
I'm so set.
Yeah. You got something in mind that you want to share with us?
Absolutely. I want to do this song. I don't play this a lot, but it's a song I sort of started off writing about the preservation of wildlife, thinking of animals. And I can't believe you'll be 60. I'm in my 50s, and I still believe in wildlife, but it's a different kind of wildlife now. And
versus the wildlife we had in our younger years,
ooh,
where we were the wildlife.
exactly. And there were some consequences.
Yes, there were. I'm still feeling them. What were we just talking about?
Who are you?
In terms of memory loss?
You?
Okay.
So anyway, this song is called
that.
Noah, and the original first wildlife preservationist,
The Noah.
as in the ark.
The arking guy.
Noah said, come with me, you survive, you believe, you are still just a child, make it real, keep it wild. That's right.
I know this one.
Choose a line, 2 by 2, you're with me, I'm for you, make me real, keep me brave, to the ship we parade history. Look who came before us. Lions and chimpanzees, throw yourself away with me. Moment came, played my cards, despite my age, played too hard. All my friends moved along, I stayed the same, stayed too long. Take me back, history, back to where I'm wanted. Lions and chimpanzees, throw yourself away with me. I'm protected, 2 of a kind. Wooden ships for elephants, a place to be wild. Make it real, keep it wild. Make it real, keep it wild.
I love it. I love
Thank you,
it.
guys. Thank you.
I noticed right when we were going lions and chimpanzees, my little monkey got up and took a little stroll.
What?
She's like,
Monkey?
where is that ark? Where is that wooden
Aw.
ship?
She's got a little stagger to her.
She's getting a little arthritis, Luna. It's okay. We'll get some more fish oil in your food tonight.
Aw, what a sweetie.
So the Aspen Animal Hospital that we've been a part of for almost 40 years
Yes.
with all my different doggies says fish oil for arthritis. Now you want to get really good fish oil. Like I
Okay.
get the stuff from Norway.
Right.
My ancestry, of course. Hopefully from a deep fjord.
Deep fjord.
A fjord, and then the glucosamine that we
Really?
take. A lot of the stuff that we take for our joints is really good for a dog. And so that's been really helping her. And I've been boosting that. Oil one meal, glucosamine on another
Really?
meal, on some prescription dog food.
Prescription dog food.
So it's
Wow.
all kind of, with the older girl. But listen to the lyrics, and they're so meaningful. And we talked a little bit about this in the past, but do you just kind of sit down? I mean, for the most part, when you're a singer and a songwriter, just kind of sit down and grind it out, or do you kind of get inspired and then it just kind of flows? Or is there kind of a mix?
That's an interesting question, because I like to think that I never really sat down and got a pen and paper and say, okay, I'm going to write a song.
Right.
What I've learned over the years is to become available to sort of what's out there, and I know when I'm getting in that space, and I know how to make it happen, basically.
Okay.
So it's there, and I can kind of fuse into it. And like that song, I just sort of closed my eyes and I pictured an ark, and I pictured, animals walking up the ark, and then equated that for you and me going out and seeking our own wildlife. And before you know, I also have a bunch of papers, and I just sort of write down as much as I can, and I have a little tape recorder to sort of catch the moment. And I'm like, okay, there's the song. I just sort of have to filter through it and connect it. So that's how I do it now. Thank you for asking.
Well, it's really interesting because that's such a creative process, and that is the creative process.
Right.
And so would it start with like an idea like Noah's Ark or
Very good
My Daughter
question.
Katie?
Thank you.
Or
Nope. what I do is I pick up the guitar, and the melody that I'm coming up with, or the chords and the melody, that equates to what the message is going to be. So melody comes first.
Interesting.
And like that song has sort of like a dorky sort of staggering feel to it.
Yeah.
And that created the image of the arc. And then so there is a craft to it, but melody first, and then the content of the song comes after that. There's no way I could like write a song from lyrics.
So when you kind of early on in your career, were you like thinking like, God, it wouldn't be great to be a rock star? like the glitzy, glammy, I don't even want to name names.
No.
But the tight pants, the long hair, it was never about, or more just all these albums and all this fame and glory. It wasn't like the rock star thing. That was not
first
the
of
goal.
all, I wouldn't want to picture myself in tight pants. Or you, to be perfectly honest. Secondly,
tight white leather.
I like the flannel, and I just like just writing songs and playing them for friends, and I just think that'd be horrible to travel all around. I love being here, and I just want to be here right now with you.
But honestly, would you hope that some of those maybe albums that you put out went bigger?
Well, that would be nice. And for the one reason is I would get to do more of my original songs. If people recognize them, then I could go out and do Dan Sheridan songs instead of whatever people ask for. That being said, like this summer, Friday, and last Sunday, I've been invited to play parties, basically like a campfire party. And they'll let me know what they want to hear. And it's basically the exact same thing I did in college. When we'd go down to the river, we'd build a bonfire, someone would pull out our guitars and sing. I do that now, and it's my job. And I'm like, I'm so thankful,
That's like really like relaxed and casual, like you're just like hanging out playing music.
Yeah, and
is that like your favorite kind of venue? These like smaller party, or do you rather play like at the St. Regis or
Well, I do that
venue?
too. I play there quite a bit. Did that last week, but my favorite venue would just be like a coffee house doing my own songs.
Okay.
That's my favorite. Or I played in Carbondale at the park last weekend, but I still really enjoy just having sing-alongs with whatever people like, because my job essentially is to make people happy. And they have a good memory. They come out from wherever they're coming from. Actually, I play at the Snowmass Creek Outfitters.
Oh, neat.
So people go on this beautiful horseback riding adventure. It's a great place for like a family reunion. They come back, they have like a catered meal, and then we go sit around the fire and we sing songs. And it's like, how did I get so lucky,
How great is that?
I'm lucky.
But you played in some larger venues too.
I
And you
have.
played like at festivals and stuff.
Right.
And we're already down to just
Kind of-
5 minutes. But
sure.
I guess before we hear the next song, did you ever have like a rock star moment where someone came up to you and said, "Oh God, I love you. I want your autograph"? Or they pulled off their top, or they threw their panties at you? Or,
Well, sure. The panty thing happens a couple times a week, maybe, but
that's like kind of got boring.
yeah, I'm so over the panty thing. But
unless they're lacy and pink, or do you have? Oh, never mind. But I mean, was there like a time maybe at a bigger festival?
maybe
where
I
you
played
kinda
at
went-
Telluride Bluegrass Festival.
Yeah.
I've played at the Rocky Mountain Folks Festival and other folk festivals, and that's a whole different thing, But it's a sort of a weird feeling. After you play this big thing, you walk backstage with your guitar, and you're kind of like, what was that all about?
that was kind of crazy.
Yeah. Where are my friends and family? I need a hug. But I've done that. But it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. So big or small, or as long as you're out there doing what you love and making people feel better, like
Absolutely.
you're like
Before
a
you
feel-good.
came here, I was just sitting out in front of the Red Brick Center, just singing songs.
Yeah.
And even one of these
Nice.
nights, I'm going to go with my son Jack, and we're just going to sit on the mall and sing. And I still really like what I do, so that's the blessing.
So could you be having like a bad day, and we all have them, and go to a gig and go play music, and all of a sudden you start to feel better and
Absolutely,
happy, basically.
absolutely.
You're doing
When you
it.
play music, it's maybe for someone it's like you riding your bike. You're having a rough day, you get on your bike, it comes off you. I like to run, but the music will always, because every song sort of has like a different emotional place that it takes you to. So it gets you out of your thinking and it puts you into the song, and it heals.
So that's a good go-to strategy for this summer.
Sure.
Kind of coming full circle.
Yeah, what heals you?
Yeah.
And what also, like you're saying, what gives you conflict and what makes it tough? Figure out what it is, stay away from that, get into the fishing or the meditating or throwing a frisbee,
Yeah, or
talking to a
going
friend.
for a hike out of town.
Yeah.
And, So for me, it's avoidance, maybe avoiding maybe if it gets crowded downtown, combined with doing what I love.
Absolutely.
So Dan, we're down to just a couple minutes.
Okay.
You want to do a little?
I'll do just a part of it. You were talking
Yeah.
about this, and I'll do like maybe
Okay,
a minute.
Luna.
Hi, Luna.
Maybe dog food would make Luna
sure.
feel a little better.
That would.
She's getting a little anxious.
I wrote this song. I was trying to write for my dog, but it wasn't happening. So I just sort of changed the perspective, and it's kind of a narcissistic thing to do, I guess. I'm like, well, if I wrote, well, what if the dog wrote something for me?
Right, from the dog's perspective.
See, that's quick.
Love it.
You know if I'm feeling sad, and you know if I'm good or bad, and of course the song's about you, my whole world's about you, all the way to the end of my chain, and I love you, Dan, 'cause it's dog food again. When the whole world is changing, you always cook the same thing. I hope you know how much I love you, Dan.
Love it. That is
That's the abbreviated version there. Thanks, Luna.
so great. Well, there's been a movie or two from the dog's perspective.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not Marley and Me. I'm trying to think of the name.
Enzo, Chasing the Wind, or The Art of Racing the Wind.
I think it was The Art of Racing.
Yeah.
And they talk, and then there's another one, but The Art of Racing is actually a great book too.
Mm-hmm.
Art of Racing in the Rain.
Oh, okay.
And it's like a race car driver who has this dog, and it is told from the dog's
Okay,
perspective.
perfect.
Which is super neat.
Well,
but
they stole my idea.
Couple close. In fact,
Sure.
what are upcoming gigs? Because we're down to just 30
Sure.
seconds.
It's funny. I'm doing a lot of private things now. Thank you very much. But I love playing in the bars. I love it. It's fun.
Yeah.
I connect with all my friends. So if you need live music in a bar, count me in.
Yeah, you were like Red Onion guy.
I was
and
the
we're waiting for the Red
guy.
Onion to
It was
reopen.
So fun. When it opens, hopefully they'll have music back, because then we can connect with all your old friends. And
Real quick,
Yes.
website or contact?
it's DanSheridanAspen.com.
DanSheridanAspen.com. Did you
Yeah.
have fun on the show today,
I
buddy?
had so much fun. Eric, let's just keep going, turn the cameras off.
I'd love to. Here's some cookies to refuel.
Thank you. I
hope
love
you-
cookies. It's wonderful.
Thanks, Dan Sheridan, for
Thank
joining
you.
us. Thanks for your love, your music,
Thank you.
your localness, local
you.
small town love. And thank you guys for watching this week on The Local Show.